Need to get around town? Try doing it the Chinese way. Locate and unlock a bike with a mobile app and drop it off anywhere you would normally park a bike. It only costs $1 for a half-hour ride.
More and more young people prefer to live in cities. Thanks to Uber and Lyft, many of them choose not to own a car. Under such a background, how do you solve the last mile problem? There's needs there.
Silicon Valley startup Lime Bike was the first to adopt the Chinese dockless bike share model for the U.S. consumers. Starting with college campuses and smaller cities, Lime Bike now has 300,000 users and counts as many as 10,000 rides a day. But the Chinese competitor has its eyes on the market. Valued at over $2 billion and backed by Alibaba, Ofo is starting from San Francisco.
It's interesting to see companies clone Chinese companies and clone them in the US. Ofo has really committed to making sure that we are the #1 player in the US market. So we're looking to expand into every city in America. That's the goal, right? I think every city, regardless if it's a small town in Oklahoma or New York City, every person in those cities could use bike sharing at some point.
Taylor, a former Uber executive, remembers Uber's experience in China, coming in with new technology only to be acquired by a local copycat after a few years. This time, Taylor believes that hiring local talent and building an American team will help his competitive power.
We can learn a lot, and I think we already are. We really strive to be a part of the community in every city that we're launching, and we have local teams in every city.
But Lime Bike is fighting back. Their new Bay Area fleet features 8 speed bikes, designed to cope with San Francisco's legendary hills.
Look at the pattern. To date, there are almost no Chinese consumer companies that have managed to come over here in the US and really establish a footprint as an American consumer company. This isn't about just bringing something over. This is about understanding how do you do this in the US and then how do you use this at the beginning for a larger platform. We really see Lime Bike becoming a lifestyle brand.
Both American and Chinese companies face some common obstacles, like vandalism. And public safety issues have some local governments skeptical. Both Lime Bike and Ofo are keen to expand in the US, and San Francisco is on top of their list. But their biggest obstacle is not vandalism, it's not even funding, but these dock-based bikes. Ford Go Bike obtained an exclusive decade-long contract in 2013 to operate in the San Francisco Bay Area. But with rates almost triple the cost of a dockless bike, San Francisco is considering having both bike share models in the city.
First and foremost, we want to make sure that any bike that is for hire or for share is safe for a member of the public to use. Secondly, for equity, we want to ensure that the bikes are made available to everyone in the city, including our low-income communities or communities of concern. And then lastly, accountability. We want to ensure that the companies, if they get an application or get a permit, are following through their end of the bargain.
Dockless bikes also provide bikers with more flexibility.
I can see the advantages of it because obviously you don't have to know where your stations are, your destination stations are, and you don't have to worry about whether there's a dock available for you.
While Lime Bike's goal is to establish a lifestyle brand, Ofo China said in a statement that they aim to create an Internet of Things. But according to Taylor, so far its goal in America is to launch more bikes in more cities. Carla Yu for VOA News, San Francisco, California.